a clear hint. "I do, and it's a good mind. He's a fine man. I'd be proud to be his wife. He already knows that. But he's also a practical man, and he wants to be sure he can support a family. Anyway, there's plenty of time. It's only the first week of the new year, child, and marrying season isn't until after harvest in the fall." Rachel knew her sister well, and the merry glint in Emma's bright blue eyes told her all she wanted to know. Obviously, Emma and Levi had already discussed these things privately, but it was not yet a matter for everyone else's ears. The things Emma hadn't said brought a bold grin to Rachel's face, her suspicions confirmed. Emma wagged a finger at her. "Now, don't you go spreading rumors to all your friends, girl. I'll thank you to control your gossipy tongue." But she was smiling as she said it. That was when they heard the engine. They froze, listening. Rachel couldn't see, for there were no windows in the silo, but she could hear what was happening. The automobile coughed twice as the high-pitched clattering slowed to a warbling rumble, and she heard the faint but unmistakable crunch of gravel as rubber tires turned up into the Bender driveway. She seldom saw an automobile out here in the heart of Amish country, though they had become common in town. Only rarely did a car pass by on the road in front of the house, and none of them had ever turned into their driveway before. Dad would not like this. To him, these motor cars were the work of the devil, noisy and smelly and ignorant. Even a stupid horse could be made to see reason, but not so a machine. "Good horses make more good horses, and they eat hay. The land feeds the horse, and the horse feeds the land," Caleb Bender was fond of saying. "God made it so." The automobile, Dad said, was just another assault on the family, like most modern contrivances, a wedge to drive them apart from each other and from the land. Emma leaned her pitchfork against the wall. What on earth could that be about? The noise stopped abruptly, the automobile's motor clanking and grinding to a halt. Emma backed through the hatch, scrambled down the ladder, and ran to the barn door, with Rachel close behind. Rachel bumped into her when she pulled up suddenly at the edge of the door. "Be still," Emma whispered, peeking out. "It's probably just some lost Englisher asking directions to Shallowback's store." Rachel giggled at the inside joke. An Englisher passing through recently had stopped an Amishman on the road, asking, "How do you get to Shallowback's store?" There was a new Amish grocer in town, and the sign over the door read, "Schlabach's." Englishers' linguistic offenses were an endless source of amusement. "You stay here," Emma said. "I will go and see what it is they want." She stepped out into the sliver of sunlight between the barn doors, her blue eyes focused and fearless, then turned and gave Rachel a warning glance, shaking a finger at her. "Don't you move from this spot." Rachel's eyes followed her sister across the barn lot and through the gate before she finally turned her attention to the driveway and took a good look at the automobile parked there. It was the fancy new patrol wagon used by the police. Not that different from a surrey, except for the small, air-filled rubber tires and the funny-looking horseless front end. In place of a tongue, there was only an odd-shaped box like a little coffin with bug-eyed headlamps. The back half of the vehicle was all enclosed with wood like an ice wagon, except there were rows and rows of holes along the upper part, so if a prisoner was locked inside, he could get air. She had seen this monster once or twice before from a distance. The boys called it Black Maria. The doors opened, and two policemen climbed out of the paddy wagon, adjusting their strange, flat, top-heavy hats. The driver's hair was neatly trimmed and combed, and he was clean-shaven, except for a big